Going through to the Abbey Farm. I'll check the doorbell.
A few more questions, please.
Let's talk about Lisa's accusations here.
Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa, lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. I'm talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she was more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Got more to probably talk about all this. Let's talk to Brandon about devil worshipings.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You were misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
Does he have no interest in the occult? Let me just check over there. Occultish items. Notice the mirrors for a scrying. No interest in the occult. That has to be it. Because how would he know about scrying if he has no interest in the occult? Oh, but then again, he said he had no interest in scrying, so I guess that's fair. Let's see. No. Okay, story's checking out. That has nothing to do with devil worship, though. Okay, he checks out. Okay. Well,
that's it for the time being.
There.
Thank you.
Moving on from that. Going through. Let's check this out. Let's go through here.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Let's talk about devil worship.
Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
All right.
Probably be back later.
More to investigate, obviously. And back up the route. Guessing there's nothing over here. Probably not. Yep, there's nothing. Let's continuing down the way. Hey, Simon, Emma, let's talk about the devil. I'm gonna beat the devil outside, you Simon.
Questions, if you don't mind.
Let's talk then.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
They seem so ready to say no devil worship. I hate to tell them this, but they've got a burning dolls ceremony. They use hypnosis. They use scrying. There's a devil symbol. Okay. Let's go from there.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
There's some certain satanic themes that are repeating here. Now, is there actually anything involved with that? Maybe it's just trying to throw me off. Maybe it's completely on point. Let's find out.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks.
Well,
Be back later on, if that's okay.
for all this stuff, which I'm pretty sure I've been sort of thinking is a cult-like thing, I mean, I don't know. All the characters seem way too devils worship. No, it couldn't be. But I think it all seems pretty logical with everything that they've been talking about. That doesn't actually mean the devil's here. It just means they're worshiping the devil. It's like how God isn't really here, but people. I'm gonna shut up now. Okay. Working on through and onward. Let's go check out that house and see what people have to say about that one. Go into the corridor. Outward. Go into the atrium. Anything inside this room? The answer to my inquiry is a negatory, though it's still a creepy looking room. It was the right room to hold a ritual in, because it's a creepy ass room. Anyways, time for the lounging. Ryan, devil worship.
Couple more questions,
Give me
if that's
something.
okay? Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blind?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blind, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Doesn't know anything about devil worship is a huge ass contradiction, lie, because what we talked about previously. Used to read about black magic and satanic rituals.
Aha. So you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this? I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Okay, nothing to contradict at the moment.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Another piece of clue to run around town to give everyone pieces of my advice on. And I could just fast travel. I think I'll just fast travel. Vroom! Let's go to Eden Lodge. Let's go knock for Simon.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Let's talk about this test. He'll know about it. He's taking it.
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. But they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
Lying to the teeth, you thief.
Thank you.
Say.
Probably be back later.
Did you take a test?
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests. No, fitness and stuff like that.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
That means let's move back through the town. Return through the woods. It's what I do. Back down the road. Here I go. Going right here. Let's go to Rebecca's pub and check to see if she has anything to say. Ring the bell.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Test to go.
Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
So much to write down, but we're gonna move on. A few more people to ask. Starting right here. Hello, sir.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Aptitude.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Yeah, Race course entrance age 21. Let's go nail the course techniques. Test design real psychological.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Okay. 2 more people to check in with. Going down West Lane. We go to the Abbey Farm. Let's talk.
Ask about a few more things, please.
He doesn't know anything about
Thank
it.
you. Probably be back later.
James must not like me. He gives simple answers to my questions. And sometimes I just enter his house, don't ask anything, and be like, oh my. So if you press the direction, that's what caused the exclamation point. Now I know. If it's doing an animation. I'm gonna give a call to the chief. It's been a while.
Interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe for me, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
You're very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
Huh. Now I meant to do it all, actually. Backwards, my dear sir. Chief. Chief. I want to call him to tell him I love him. Okay. We're good. Continuing onward. But I don't know what to do from here. I guess look for contradictions, but I don't even know who to start with. I haven't checked anyone for contradictions for such a long time, and our list of things they could be contradicting themselves with has certainly expanded. Huh. Save my game here. First save is save. Game has been saved. Current background info. Okay, I guess we've seen that. Actually, have we never looked at this? The victim. Atlas. Rebecca Rand. Simon and Emma. Yeah, I guess it's stuff at the beginning, but we didn't really look at that. Chief's help. 3 calls. Noted events. Simon and Emma. That was a while ago. Oh wait, it's at the very top. That's the newest. Me and Lisa. Contradictions. Emma having the most contradictions does not surprise me at all. At least so far. Let's go from there. Nothing more to sort of figure out. Let's resume the game. I guess we need to look for contradictions. Starting here. Ask for
Couple
Simon.
more questions, if that's okay?
Filled out a form before joining Atlas. Form was simple health check. Would be easy to lie on the forum. No devil worship at Atlas. Doesn't recognize the photos of Carr. Jerks promised not to discuss with Simon. Hasn't heard about Paul's stunt. Was told Atlas to do something risky. Not allowed to hurt or offend others. Bags from a local costume hire shop. Hire a costume from the shop last year. Once spot a guitar for an Atlas session. Okay. Doll burning from getting rid of what we need. Oh jeez. I think that's part of the problem here. I really don't know where to start with this. I don't think Simon is what is holding the
That's
answer.
it for the time being, thank you.
I need to think logically. Who would know something about all this? Particularly, our newest piece of it. No.
A few more questions, please.
Emma's. Okay, so while
Thank you.
I don't
Probably be back
trust a
later.
lick of what Emma says anymore, I will say that I don't think that her giving the most means that she's going to get something here immediately. Who would know about the Atlas aptitude test? What can I get out of the Atlas aptitude test, I guess, is part of the question. Who would give me something out of it? Good question. Good question. I'm pretty sure I've already tried Lisa again, but she left her house and she's no longer there. And I'll go back just to sort of make a point, but yeah, we can't go inside her house because she's not in right now. Let's head west. I mean, I guess Brandon seems suspicious to me.
Ask you a couple more things,
I
please.
feel like he would have a contradiction here, maybe. Test designed to reveal psychological issues. Lisa couldn't handle the course techniques. Raised the course entrance age to 21. Let's start from the top. Only met Kate a few times. Last saw her at the meeting on Friday around 7 p.m. Possibly spoke to her. Kate was drunk. Let's see if we can find any contradictions here. Doesn't know if Kate lost her driver's license. Didn't see it anywhere. Is she over 21? No. Doesn't know anything about Simon's bike. Doesn't know about Simon's homebrew. Necklace looks familiar, but can't say for certain. Bird and cage is a symbol used for the course. Buy freedom necklace for a student. And Sistine bifurcate. Hasn't seen this mask before. Thinks mask was from the Monarch costumes Ryan uses the shop. Wasn't in the pub last Friday. Didn't hear about the argument. Actually. No. I don't remember what she was. She was saying about her at 7 p.m. before, but whatever the case. Poster designed by an agency last year. Business started last year. Notice the mirror is used for scrying. Never used a scrying mirror. No interest in scrying. Also doesn't use scrying on the course. Says Liam was bright, confident, and outgoing. Let's see. Says Liam was bright, confident, and outgoing. Knew Liam had personal problems. Was at Atlas the night Liam died. Didn't see Liam after the course. Liam had been drinking all night at the seminar. Finger symbol used student's idea. Atlas encourages ideas of immorality. Reluctantly abides by law. Phrase designed by summarize Atlas objectives. Course objective to free students from their past. Students encouraged to free themselves from guilt. No place for guilt in business. Don't recognize the leaves. Gardening's not his thing. Rebecca would know more about the leaves. Hasn't heard about salvia. Has no interest in taking drugs. Third eye is Paul's idea. Third eye very similar to Atlas. Liam's death was unavoidable. Dull burning was Ryan's idea. Auto-hypnosis was not used on the course anymore. Possible to be hurt or damaged by hypnosis. Possible for students to be hypnotized. Ryan can't play the guitar. Ryan couldn't have become professional. Atlas cleaner visits at strange times. Paul's cleaner was the mugger. Made a DVD on the night of Liam's death. Committed fake theft, which he videoed. Claims all the students enjoyed the stunt. Didn't steal from Liam that night. Didn't encourage Emma to criticize Liam's birthmark. Didn't discuss once tried to date Emma. Hardly knew Emma. So there's a contradiction with this, but it doesn't count. What was it? No, guess not. Alright. Photos of Ryan's old car vandalized last year, so think anyone was prosecuted for it. I guess that wouldn't be it. No interest in the occult. Test design reveals psychological issues. Lisa couldn't handle the course techniques. Raised the course aids to 21. I didn't see anything that sounded contradictory there. Wait, impossible. You know, it is actually something. Where did it say it was impossible to get hurt? Because you're right, maybe there was something there. I somehow overlooked that. Let's see. Silent Spike. I immediately spy anything, but you have a lot to go through. Argument. Not the item. Cross objective, free students in the past. That's for guilt and business. I guess closest I can think of with that. Oh, yep, there we go. It's contradiction there.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
But that's contradictory, because we know... where is that? Avoid relationships with students, but he quite clearly tried that with Emma. So... yeah. Where is that? Where is the thing about Emma? Let me look. Let's see. Agency. There we go, there it is. Definitely contradictory.
Aha. So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
O'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Before anything, I'm gonna go way out of my way to start off from the most west and then move my way through. She's not home yet. Alright. Let's go over to the Abbey farm. Now, since it's a new hour, I want to make sure that like nothing's changed. I think that the town changes a little bit, hour per hour sometimes. Sometimes there's new evidence, sometimes there's not. You don't really know until you check. Which is what I'm going to be doing right now. How about on the upside? Okay, inside we find the exciting world of probably nothing. It's nothing. Okay, well, fine. I didn't actually really expect much to come out of the greenhouse, but yeah, again, you never know until you try. Alright, down the wheelbarrow. I don't think we have anything to talk to James about, and even if we do, it's going to probably just be a nope.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
But hey, we'll find out. Oh, geez, we don't even have anything new to talk about. Sorry, James.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I guess I need to go around until I just trigger something accidentally. Probably some scene somewhere that's like hidden. Because I don't have any new evidence, even though I've changed hours, so I'm looking for something. I need to find something that's different than what we had before. So that's
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's go on out. Alright, behind the house. Someone's asking if there's microtransactions in this game. No, there is not. But this is a paid-for game. It's not a free game. It's a game that you pay for, but the game has no microtransactions or anything else besides the initial payment. More random question. I mean, does it look like a game that's full of microtransactions? Anyways, let's check the bar. Maybe the restaurant finally has someone in it. I've been waiting for it. It's one of those things I've been waiting for it. Oh, here we go.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
It is your place, here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when we don't do as I say.
So it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
Usually very cross, right?
Only if you deal.
Problems?
Hello, Inspector. See you later.
Ryan may or may not be a masochist. Anyway, oh, there's actually something to investigate here. Let's look.
Well, isn't that interesting? A couple more questions, if that's okay. The cupboard downstairs, there's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is that?
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Contradiction, she said she didn't like medicine. I remember very distinctly saying that around the drug area. Doesn't take any drugs or medicine. Yep.
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let's leave. Sometimes paying attention can go a long way. Anyways, let's make our way there. All the twists and turns. Oh, something's happening.
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get.
A business card was dropped by Simon on the way to his house, and a key ring was dropped by Simon outside of the lodge. Okay. Well, let's go inside. Let's talk a little bit about his
A few more questions, please.
Suspect
Thank you.
stuff.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need him.
Fair enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin or something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So, not an offshore savings account or anything?
No, it's not important.
Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
So he does drive, like Ryan thought he did. Wait. That's why is he bicycle?
Aha. So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway.
Must have been a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
Yai. Let's interview Emma. We're actually getting a lot really quickly. I was not expecting this. I was expecting to have a hard time finding anything. Hey.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, which I am using to try and make this more of a livelihood, not just for missed game videos, but little games to make my own time, and to bring different types of videos to the channel. You can find the link for my Patreon in the description below, or in the video, obviously. If you'd be interested in seeing me recording gameplay videos and doing other things live, I stream quite regularly and record almost all my gameplay over at a site called Hitbox TV on my channel. You can also see that in the video currently. Hope you enjoyed the video, and adieu.